Welcome to the beginner's guide and 10 things I wish I knew from the start of the Elden Ring. This massive game should be played without any beginner's guide from the start, but if you have spent over 10 hours in the game and you are struggling at the beginning part of the game and you don't want to struggle anymore, I have spent about 30 hours in the game, which is not a lot compared to the size of the game world, but it is enough to make 10 things I personally wish I knew from the start of the game, so the game would be less punishing and more interesting for me. So if that's your case, let's jump into it. Number 1. Calling your horse. Once you get the ring that is called Spectral Steed Whistle, you have to attach it to your shortcuts. Then you have to equip it, activate it, and your character will whistle, which magically horse will appear. Once you whistle again, the horse disappears in the very same way. But what I didn't know that once I am on the horse, I don't have to have the ring activated. I can just push the key for crouching and the horse automatically disappears. And that makes the management of my items so much easier. Tip number 2 is quite connected, because you've got in the game second shortcut menu, which you can manage when you hit escape, and you can put there your flask, your horse, anything you want, and it's so much easier to just push 2 buttons rather than scroll in your item inventory or item shortcuts. This makes it so much easier. Tip number 3. Discovering maps is a lot easier than you think, because once the map is in the shade, it means you haven't discovered the map yet. You might already found it by accident, but actually there is a way where it is located right in the map. When you're going to look in the shade of the map and you discover it a little bit, you're gonna find out there is a small light in a small shrine like. And that's where you go. That's actually where the map is located. Sometimes there can be more enemies, other times not, but it is an easy way how to discover the whole map location. I literally got this information after spending 30 hours in the game. I didn't really know, but it was there the whole time.
Have a safe journey.
Tip number 4. Using your map and your map icons from the beginning, right from the start, because you're gonna find out some merchants that you want to visit later because you don't have money to buy things there. So you want to mark it to go there later, because at the beginning the map is rather small, but it gets bigger and bigger, and while facing some really hard enemies, you don't want to remember it. You just mark it with a sword or another icon. All these 10 icons are at your disposal, and use them right from the beginning so you don't have to remember things and locations. Tip number 5. Spirit Ashes. It took me so long to find out how it actually works. So you've got this so-called Spirit Ashes, so you can summon using magic and they will help you in your battle, but they are very limited in the locations. And the one way how to find if the location is right from the Spirit Ashes, to see on the left the blue gate icon. Once it disappears, you cannot use it. Once it appears in this location, you can summon it as many times as you wish. Because of that, you will not be able to use it for most of the bosses, usually more in the open spaces, but once the icon is highlighted, use it, and it's more fun with these companions. Tip number 6. Summoning friends or foes. In the world of Elden Ring, you're gonna find these summoning pools, and once you activate them, go to your inventory, use forecaling finger remedy, and the marks around the column will suddenly appear. The yellow one are there to help you, but the red one are there to fight you. You can find these marks everywhere in the world, it just depends where the other player put it there, but since there are these special summoning pool stands, they usually appear there, so people usually put them close there. Tip number 7 is using lantern. Yes, there are some spells that actually creates a light above your head, but if you have spent some time in the game already, check your inventory. You might have a lantern already. You might have bought it from the merchant and you don't even know about it. All you need to do is using it, and it's there. It's your unlimited source of light. The only annoying thing is that you have to use it again once you die, so it doesn't stay with your character forever. But you can use it as many times as you want once you have it. Tip number 8. Fire pillars. These pillars that burst the fire are quite annoying in the dungeons, but it's actually easy to get rid of them. You just hit them with either your sword, hammer, or even distant weapons like crossbow or bow, and they will just deactivate. They will go down. Once you hit them again, they will activate again, and you can use them as a platform as well. Once you know this, they will never be a threat to you again. Tip number 9. Testing a heights. It's quite clear right in here whether you die or not when you go off the ledge, but you have actually in your inventory these stones. They called rainbow stone, and when you throw them somewhere, and you're gonna see actually that they will be destroyed after a few meters, and that's actually the height that you are surviving. So if they don't reach the bottom, you're not going to survive it. And if they do, you will most likely survive it. Of course, there are the spells that will make the fall from high heights survivable, but in the standard as it is, you can easily find out just like that. And the last 10th tip is more like a bonus one. You can use multiple items at once. Really useful, especially to these golden runes that you're getting through the world, and you got a bunch of them. You don't have to use them one by one anymore. Instead of use, you select it, confirm the number, how many of them do you want to use, and it's easy. It just saves a lot of time. So these are all 10 tips. I wish I knew right from the start, so my journey would be a lot easier. And I wondered, did you know all of them? How many hours have you spent in the game and still not knowing about some of these tips? Let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in free games on computer, not only Elden Ring, this channel is all about free games from Epic. Every single week Epic Game Store is giving us at least one free game. We are playing it, we are telling you if they are worth your time, because free doesn't always mean it's worth your time. So thank you for watching the whole video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Meanwhile, enjoy the Elden Ring. I know I will.